In today's video, we have two different smart floor lamps from Dektok. One of them folds in half. Like literally, I could just take it and like completely fold it, like all the way down to the floor. So this right here is the foldable lamp. Let's go ahead and set it up. So this right here is the lamp itself. As you can see, folds out. Wow, it's actually pretty big. Not too shabby. We have a remote. This plugs in, so you have a physical button for it, the actual power plug, and then the pieces we need to, I assume, attach it to the base. Yes, here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Not only can you, of course, mount it to the base as you would expect, but there's also an option to wall mount this if you so choose. Installation is very straightforward for this. Literally just going to put this on, tighten it up. Now that that is attached, we're gonna connect this piece here and then connect this piece into the plug. And let's plug it into the wall and see what it looks like. It's currently plugged in, flashing red. So I would assume we'd have to connect it to the app. Here's the app. I'm gonna go ahead and get that. All right, so we have the app. We're gonna go ahead and select add device. As you can see, it's currently adding it to the app. And there we go. It's not flashing red anymore. And I can see all the different controls available for this lamp. Just change it around, make it bright, make it red. We could do a nice warm tone, a bluish tone. We can also select from a combination of colors. So each part of the lamp is different shades of purple, some spring colors. Right now, it's pretty bright in here, so you're not getting the full effect, but later in the video, I'm gonna have both lamps next to each other at night so you can really see what each one offers. We have a bunch of presets available in the app. This is Fireworks at Sea. For some people, it might be a bit jarring because it's kind of moving fast, but there are some less intense ones like Hut in the Snow. Because they're similar tones, the change won't be that crazy, but it's nice to have movement rather than just a static light. We also have music mode where the lights will react based on sound. I know it's a bit crazy. It's hard to tell unless I get really loud, but there's a couple of different options here, so it's pretty cool. Through the app, you can, of course, do third-party services like Alexa and Google, and you can also set scenes for different automations based on timing and things like that. But for now, we're just obviously focusing on each product. So that is the foldable one. Of course, it folds, which you saw, but we will look at more later. But before we do that, let's check out the other floor lamp. Next up, we have the smart floor lamp. So this one doesn't fold. It's a little more standard, kind of what you would expect from a floor lamp. Let's go ahead and take all these different pieces out. I have to say, this base is actually really, really cool. I like that everything's sitting here ready for it to be plugged in. You probably have seen rope lighting like this before. People put it on their walls, but this is gonna slide into the plastic piece and light up as our lamp, which is pretty neat. Here is our power. We do have the physical button as well, like the last one. And then we have a screwdriver with a bunch of little screws. These pieces just slide together. We'll put the screws in, attach it to the base, run the LED strip into it, connect it, and we'll be all set and ready to go. So to make this work, we're gonna go ahead and ensure that it is pressed in at the top, all the way to the top, and that the bottom is pressed all the way in. And then we will press it in the middle and hopefully smooth it all out. Arguably one of the weirdest things I've ever done on YouTube. But when you do it that way, from the bottom, the top, then the middle, you can make sure that the piece fits perfectly. Otherwise, you'll run into an issue where it's pressing at the bottom, but it's too tall at the top, and vice versa. But there we go, very simple. Now we'll go ahead and take our very long cord here and plug it in. There we go, flashing red yet again. You guys know what that means. Just like before, we're gonna go ahead and add it to the app. I do have it set sideways right now, so the idea is that you have it facing the wall and that's where it glows off of, but I want you to be able to see the actual LED itself. So boom, there we go. Green, it's connected to the app, which is so straightforward. Very similar to the last lamp, however, we do have these segments up at the top, And if I select the little scribble icon, I can pick any color I'd like. And let's say I want some blue at the top. There we go. So now we have a split view. And then of course, under combination, again, there are a bunch of different options available. So a couple of different shades of red, multicolor. Again, you're not gonna see it perfectly right now. However, in just a little bit, we're gonna put them side by side and you'll get a really good look at them. But our focus right now is just to look at the app, but this is going to be extremely similar to the last one. So again, fireworks at sea, we have that same animation effect. So that's the nice thing. If you have multiple products from Dektok, they will work with the same effects, same presets. So we can have both these lamps doing it or LED strips or whatever you'd like. Now that we've covered the basics, I'm gonna go ahead and put these next to each other. We're gonna wait until it's a little bit darker, turn some lights off, and really see which product is better and which one will work better for your use case. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, both lamps are set up. We're over by my TV in my living room, a perfect example of where you would use lights like these. And I have to say, I'm very impressed. They are bright. They look really, really good. However, there are some differences and I wanna point those out. Now, just because there are differences doesn't mean one is better than the other per se, but one might work better for your use case. First and foremost, the foldable lamp is definitely taller. Not only is it taller, the light goes lower because the base is so thin. The base over here, although it looks good, it's a couple of inches, so the light's not gonna travel as low. With that said, take a look. Is it really that big of a deal? Because when I look at it, I feel like this one does a pretty good job at filling this corner. I don't feel like it's too dark down below. But when I look at this one, I mean, the floor is lit up. So that's worth noting. The actual light goes all the way down, which for most people, that doesn't really matter, but certain use cases, that might be a big, big plus for you. It's also worth noting that I bet nobody sets their foldable lamp up like this, completely straight, because then why did you buy it? But as you can see here, very neat how we can just kind of move it around and that helps throw the light pretty far over. If I want, I could really reach over, but I think I would go more for like a lightning bolt vibe. You can have it completely faced at the wall or you can go for an angle and it still does a great job at throwing light onto the wall. So yeah, that part of it is super unique. If you're looking for something abstract, something that really adds a little bit of flair, but also serves an actual use case of lighting the wall up, then this may be your preferred option. Because if we come over here, well, there's nothing. I'm not gonna fold it because it's not foldable, but it still looks super, super sleek and in my opinion, is really a nice option for most people. By the way, when they say foldable, I mean, this thing literally will fold up like that, which, you know, you wouldn't want to use it like that, but it is extremely flexible. And the reason I'm showing you that is not just to say that it is exactly what they advertise, but think about it. There's probably a really cool use case that I'm not thinking of that you can achieve because of the foldability. As much as I love this lamp, I don't think my fiance would be the biggest fan of it. And that's because truly it deserves to be in a gaming room, a home office, a man cave, home theater setup, whatever you want to call it. This is not your traditional living room lamp. Now, for some people, that's exactly what they want. They want something that's not traditional. But for my use case, I think I'd do better with two of these instead of two of these, or even just one of these, truthfully. This is definitely gonna make its way into my office where it deserves to be, and this is going to stay here and enjoy its new life. Both lamps handle presets differently. This is currently Glacier Express, and for whatever reason, it looks intense over here. Whereas on this side, it's actually really, really nice. And actually the perfect example of why this deserves to be in a gaming room. If you go for one of the presets that's not as jarring, and I'll show you an example of that. Fireworks at Sea has a lot of different colors, whereas Glacier Express is literally just going from blue to green. This is what this is meant for. This, no. This one's doing sort of a breathing effect, a little bit better, not my favorite. Again, they all have different sort of effects, but yeah, even that, still not my favorite, but a little bit better than the crazy jarring effect. If you go into the app though, like I said earlier, you can set it up so you can control it with your voice. You could also set up some automations. So yeah, definitely a lot you need to check out there. And I will leave a link to both of these down below in the description so you can do that research yourself and see what is possible. Looking at the website, this lamp's MSRP is $100. It's on sale for $80. And personally, I think that is the price point to be at for this. Definitely worth it because of the app and it's super, super bright. But I don't think I'd pay more than $80 personally. Taking a look at this one over here, MSRP of $180. It's on sale though for $130. Now, in my opinion, it's not too bad. Maybe a little more than I'd like to spend on a lamp. But when you really take a look at it, think about how intuitive it is, all the smart features, and the fact that it does go all the way down and is quite large. It's not a bad deal. Super, super bright. When you use an effect like this, if you're a streamer, have it in the background, I actually think it's pretty cool. And there are some lights out there that are significantly more money with less features. And the fact that it folds, you know, if I wanted to, I do an S for swashing. I could really do whatever. You can get creative there, make your own little designs and animations. So $130, I actually think that's pretty good. I don't know if I'd be in at 180, but keep your eyes out. If you see it on sale, pick that bad boy up. When I make my videos, I don't necessarily cover all the stats. Like I can tell you lumens and I can tell you the temperature range and the independently controlled lights and how many LEDs there are and blah, blah, blah. That doesn't really matter to me. I go based on, you know, vibe, performance, all that fun stuff. So I do recommend if you're interested, you want to know all those fun, interesting specifications, do yourself a favor, check out that link down below in the description, but that's going to do it. That's my look at it. If you want to know a little bit more about these, leave a comment or just look it up yourself. All right. That's it. My name's Matt Philly and you're not. Get out of my face. Have a great day and I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Toodles.
Thank you for watching Swashing on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed watching. If not, then fuck you. Please hit subscribe because my channel is dead. Jesus Christ, man, that's just really sad.